So the Sussex squad would know who this woman is a lot better than I would because Sarah Vine, Daily Mail. I mean, this can't be a Harry and Meghan fan, right? Can't possibly be. But this article, though, is I mean, I don't want to say she's throwing the Waleses under the bus, but she certainly isn't, piling on to the bandwagon of, oh, Katie's so fragile. Please, everybody, stop. Don't ask questions. She's so fragile. She just was so fragile. She made some mistakes with the editing on the photos because of her fragility. Please, everybody, just stop. She's not saying that, right? So that was today. Today is the 12th of March, and it was at 9:15. I mean, at 19:15. So 7:15. Okay, so that's a few hours ago. And she basically started out by saying, well, the first thing she said was, for a start, in the third paragraph, the idea of the princess hunched in front of an Apple Mac fiddling around with a family snap on Photoshop just seems odd. It really does seem odd. Imagine this woman has been on her sixth bed for months, right? Months and months and months. Nobody's seen her, nobody's heard her. And her husband takes one picture that she didn't like. And instead of just having him retake the picture maybe a couple of times, 2, 3, 4 times even, I mean, it's just 4 pictures, boom, 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 less than a minute. She goes on her Mac computer and she makes multiple tweaks on that picture to get a perfect picture on the weekend to send out to the Associated Press to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day and to give us all this extra information that the picture was taken by William to explain why William was not in the shot and that he took the picture last week. I mean, lies, right? Lies, right? So then they call her on it, and it wasn't the British press, it's the international press, right? The Associated Press. It's not just the British, it's the whole world. It's saying, okay, this kind of nonsense is not going to fly in the rest of the world. You can get away with this with the British press and in England, but we need to have some authenticity in the information that we are providing to people, right? And this photograph is representing something that is totally fake and made up, right? And to my eyes, really, I've said this before in another video, I didn't catch any of those things. I am so completely new at this AI and this, Bing images. Like just this year, I don't tell anybody, but it was like in January, someone said to me, why don't you just use ChatGPT? And I was like, what's ChatGPT? You know what I mean? And then once I realized what was ChatGPT, then it was just like, it was on. I'm like, whoa, wow. Why didn't anybody tell me? So, but I'm not an expert at all of these things. And, my eye for detail would not have caught even one of the irregularities. I did see the child's finger. I saw the child's finger, but I thought he was just being, rambunctious. But all of the other details, nothing. Even after they tell me a million times, some of them I still don't see, like, what? So what? But for me, it's really the sly underhandedness, as I have said, about the actions and the context, as coming as a photograph that was supposed to say, I'm fine, everybody, stop worrying. I thank you for your concerns. I wish you a happy Mother's Day. William took this last week. It needs to be authentic. You can't fake that picture. Other pictures, okay, but this one, you're trying to prove to us that everything is fine, right? And it looks like everything is fine, but the whole thing is photoshopped. So then how much is fine? 40%? Right? 50% is fine. 60, 70%. How much is fine? Because we know it's definitely not 100%, right? How much of this is fake? This is the question, right? So you just can't trust it. But now, so you have this woman, Sarah Vine, just to get back to her because I digressed. And she's saying, look, I mean, it's just weird that, this woman is sitting there on her Mac doing all of these edits. It's a lot of editing. How long did that take her? Doesn't she have anything better to do on Mother's Day? She just got out of her sick bed. have some dinner with the kids, talk, read a story, sitting there retouching this. Then she can work if she has this much free time, right? To make a perfect photo. 12, 17, how many ever, I don't even know. Um, Edits. So this is the Sarah Vine. So let's see what else she had to say, this Sarah Vine woman. She said there were 12 alterations, okay? And, and then she talked about the fact of the missing wedding band, which again, I think in one of my speculations, I said that it's possible that Kate wanted to send this image. She hobbled it together, spliced it together, rigged it together to make William look bad, because he put out his images for International Women's Day. She put out her image for Mother's Day. He probably wasn't even there because it's also possible that they actually live in separate residences. Apparently, that's a whole possibility. We've all been led to believe they're living together. It's possible they don't even live together. So they're not really conferring together potentially. And so she could have really cobbled this together herself and put that out there herself. But she must have had at least one more picture of the kid sitting around. Look, I don't know. But so she does this, and without the wedding ring, and you would think with 12 alterations, she would have noticed that in at least, alteration number 7. Oops, I don't have my wedding ring on. Or, and it's been a long time since everyone has seen me. They're probably going to read into this. Let me put a ring on this finger. She didn't. So it's kind of like Sarah Vine is saying that, did she intend to do it? Um, she says here, I'm talking, of course, about the fact that the princess is not wearing any of her rings. It's true that she doesn't always wear the diamond and sapphire engagement ring for obvious reasons, but her wedding band? When has the Princess of Wales ever been seen without that? And that's a valid question. That's a valid question, right? Like, what is up with that, right? But then, what else does she say here? Especially since the prince hasn't exactly been quite himself of late, failing as he did to turn out at the late King Constantine of Greece's memorial service at St. George's Chapel a couple of weeks ago, cancelling with less than an hour's notice because of a personal matter. He could have had diarrhea, actually. That came to me in an epiphany. Maybe he had diarrhea. We didn't think of that because that kind of stuff, you can't really go out, You had something bad, you can't stop going to the bathroom. You have to cancel everything. That was one theory. The other theory is like, oh my God, what if this memorial service was really Kate's memorial service if Kate is now deceased? This is what happens. You become bonkers when these people play these games. Another epiphany I had, I said, wait a minute, what if this whole thing is like a book? They have a book deal. They want to create some controversy, something interesting so that people want to read about what really happened in the book. It's something to rival Spare, so they manufactured this whole situation. You know what I mean? It's like a book deal with Random House. Watch out for that. If we hear about like a $100 million book deal that Kate and William signed with Random House anytime soon, this could all be a book deal as well, because I don't really understand. Other than that, what's going on? I have to go to sleep. I'm tired. I can't even speak anymore. I'm losing my voice. So then, what does Sarah Vine say anyway? She goes, I don't say this out of criticism or out of a genuine concern for the couple and their well-being. After all, life in the royal fishbowl is far from easy. The princess has clearly had a very nasty operation, and it has come at the end of a very difficult and destabilizing period for both of them. And then listen to this part here. She goes on to say, it goes without saying that the stress placed upon them both as a result of accusations leveled at them by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been immense. And there it is. The Duke and Duchess have landed Kate into the hospital to get abdominal surgery, for which it has taken her 90 days to recover. The Duke and Duchess, by the way, accusations dating back 4 or 5 years ago, has landed the Princess of Wales into the hospital to get abdominal surgery that will take her 90 days to. Sarah Vine just said it. Okay, so that's it for that one, my dear people. Um, if I had any doubt, Robert Jobson, Kate's dodgy touch-up job on Williams' family photo was an honest mistake. But in a world where the camera does lie, this stuff really matters. Should we click on that? I didn't see that. Wait a minute. What? 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 Oh my God. Robert Johnson. Robert Jobson. Kate's dodgy touch-up job of Williams' family photo. Williams' family photo. She coupled that together with 5, 6, 7 different photos. This was not a family photo. But in a world where the camera does lie, this stuff really matters. So he's basically calling her a liar without saying it. You know what I mean? He's like, that was a lie. He's saying it was a lie. It's a bleeping lie. It's a whopper mensonge. It's a mensonge. It is a mensonge. Mensonge in French is a lie, I think, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway, it was, I have to go to sleep. I'm done. I'm bonkers right now. Okay. It was the image that was supposed to silence the doubters. A picture of the Princess of Wales. I can't speak my voice. Oh my God. Oh. Okay, let's just go. Whew. So today it was Kate herself who performed the dodgy touch-up job on what was, after all, an informal family snap taken by Prince William. How can it be taken by Prince William if she coupled it together from 5 different photo shoots? I mean, like many amateur photographers, the princess occasionally experiments with editing and admitted making minor adjustments to the picture before sending it out. But I mean, when you make minor adjustments and you miss the blaring finger, you miss the fact that you're not wearing your wedding ring, you miss the fact that there are these trees in the background that couldn't possibly be true, then amateur is not the word, Kate. Amateur is not the word. Then maybe you shouldn't even put just your name with the word photographer at all, because think about it, girl. Okay, I can't speak anymore, so I'm going to have to stop here. But in the brave new world of AI, where the camera can and does lie, this stuff really matters. Only the other day, the BBC revealed that a Republican supporting radio station in Florida had used AI to create a highly convincing picture of a beaming Donald Trump surrounded by smiling Black Americans to promote the idea he was winning. Oh, God. And then they want to take this to another planet. They're taking this to another planet. Can you imagine what they're going to do up there? Because think about it. There are no laws. There's no government. There's no constitution when they take this up to other planets, right? So they go up there, and what's going to be happening is not even going to be funny. And on top of all this kind of stuff, they're going to be merging different species together with people and animals and all kinds of things. The governments should not allow these people to go to other planets. It's going to be another level of hell, a tertiary level of hell. But I digress. So yes, and this was Sarah Vine and this guy Jobson. And basically they are, all saying that, look, I mean, the poor Princess of Wales was very fragile. She's very fragile, and that's why she was so sloppy with the edits, right? What can I tell you? What can I tell you? I have nothing else to say. I have no voice left. I'm going to call it for today. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye.